Thunderstruck indeed. The rains came. They caused a little bit of flooding, some stuff like that, but it was nothing horrific. Thank God for that. You know it's coming. At some point in time, we're going to get some stuff that's going to happen, and we're going to have to be here all night talking about it, circling up. It's going to get ugly, but thank God last night was not awful. So I'm having Monty in on Friday. He's coming in at 1. I love are you going to be mean to him? What? Well, yeah, you were mean. You're mean. Who have I been mean to? Well, you're nice to Afton. I'm nice to everybody. I'm very happy-go-lucky, like Tigger, bouncing around. Some people, by the way, it's like, Gino Bolsa came in. Very nice. He was so uptight. And he even said so off the air. He goes, that's what my staff says. I need to stop being so uptight. He goes, but and I said, yeah. It's the energy you give, baby. It's the energy you give. It is. And we're going to ask him questions. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about stuff that isn't just strictly politics because, that's how you get to know somebody. That's it. And, well, you were nice to Matt Van Apps. Matt was, again, it was a very professional. That's what it was. Some of these politicians, I don't think you guys realize, they come in and you know this, Ken, don't say anything that isn't in the script. Let's talk politics. Let's do this. Mark Kelly used to get so mad at me. So Mark Kelly, former astronaut and current senator out in Arizona, he used to hate coming on the show because he always knew it was coming. I was going to ask him about aliens. Because I don't care about the rest of the stuff. I want to be a U.S. senator. I don't care. Tell me about the aliens. It's like, Chad, there is no aliens. He even said it last time. He's like, all right, just ask. I'm like, all right, tell me, dude. You couldn't be up there all that time and not see something.
You had to see something.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Not going to be mean to Monty. I mean, that's just it. You're nicer to liberals.
I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't know where it's coming from either. It's a bunch of crap. You guys are so freaking butthurt all the time if somebody goes against your narrative because you live in a cult-like world where you feel under attack and under siege. You're like the liberals in that sense. You're looking to be microaggressed. That's the reality of it. Oh, my God, he went against the narrative that I want to hear. The affirmation isn't affirmed. Ah! The hell is wrong with you? We had a lady in here the other day. She was so sweet. She's running. She's a Republican, conservative. Did you ask her? How nice? How mean was I?
Tish the dish.
Tish the dish. The teacher. The teacher. The teacher. So it's just, you hear what you want to hear, but stop being so freaking butthurt. You didn't treat somebody fair. You weren't mean. You like watching those shows where everybody yells because you think that's what wins it. We're not trying to win anything. I want to find something out. I'm going to be nice to Monty. Monty and I have been texting back and forth. I was saying yesterday, Ken, so so Monty's got hats here. Monty's got hats here, Monty for governor. We got to get a John Rose one and a Marsha Blackburn one and do like they do when the kids are going to pick a college they're going to go to.
Oh.
Where they reach over like they're going to grab a Georgia hat and then they put it back down. Then a USC, then a Florida State, and then they reach for whatever hat. We got to do that.
Wait, does he have hats here or not?
Monty's got hats right there.
Can I get one?
Go over and pick one up.
Bet.
It's right in front of you.
Yeah, get you there. Get you one there, Brother Ryan. Yeah, he was wearing one yesterday on with Brother Matt.
So, who?
Monty.
Oh, Monty was? Yeah. Why not? It's a good hat. It's a good hat. It's a really nice. And so, because a lot of times, they produce stuff. And this, dude, how many radio stations you work out where they give you those T-shirts? You're like, don't wash it or you'll never be able to fit in it again.
I got a pretty big dome, and this hat fit me just nice.
There you go. So now
Way to go, Brother Ryan.
So now you're voting for Monty.
Those are nice hats.
And you know what? I've said I like Monty's take on when he's talking about medical marijuana, like expand a little bit more, right? The sticky icky. I like his take. Everybody's like, he's got the flock cameras, which I am fascinated that, we're worried about the data centers. But you got to drive around 7,000 cameras to get to the place where you're going to go argue about the data centers, and you don't care about that, which is way more intrusive. And I still don't know what they're going to. DC blocks. So what is the goal here with, are they going to go after DC blocks when it comes to this, or is it going to be from here on out?
Well, that's the interesting part of this is what was passed last night came after DC Blocks has already closed on the property. Now, if there's new permitting, if DC Blocks needs new permits or something like that, it could impede their progress toward a data center as far as what DC Blocks wants for a data center, it seems to me. And then you've still got the mayor out there who is pushing this eminent domain.
Which is a dumbass
It's going to
thing.
wind up in the courts.
It has to now. Because it's theirs now. They own it. The check is cleared.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, the land is DC Blocks' land.
I'd love to get the previous owners of that plot on to talk. I mean, I bet they're clicking their heels right now.
I'd like to get DC Blocks on.
Yeah. I've got to reach out to them and say, look, all right, just explain it. Give us your side of the story.
Yeah, is this going to stop you from putting in a data center?
Yeah. And if you thought about having a town hall meeting where you can actually explain, the problem is, though, if we've talked about this, emotion is now involved.
Oh, they'll just get screamed at.
And emotion overrides everything. I was watching that Tallarico town hall the other night.
Yeah.
And they were yelling at him. And even when, it was, in a lot of them was Jasmine Crockett's people that were there, people who were fans of hers.
Yeah.
And he's in there. You know what, dude? He's taking slings and arrows. I got to respect that. You don't have to like the guy, think he's a wackadoo, whatever. But he's in there, and he's taking slings and arrows, and he's answering their questions. But they're so emotional that no matter what he said, they never heard it.
Well, and exactly. They're not even listening. They're just waiting for their chance.
Yes.
To speak or shout or scream or whatever it is.
And that's just it, if you're gonna live in a world of emotion, you're never gonna be able to get something done for real because you're making the decision based on emotion. You need the decision be based on what are the facts, what's the data, what data do we? Because remember, we don't have data. Everybody wants to talk about we got all these data centers everywhere. They're not the same. Remember. The data centers where you're sending an email that's collecting that data and holding this to the cloud type stuff, this is nothing compared to this thing blows that thing away as far as the consumption of energy and things of that nature. So it's not quite the same. But we should want to know all of the stuff before you go make a decision. But if your decision is you've been told it's evil and it's bad, and that's all you're going to go on. And remember, most people believe the first thing they hear. And trying to move them off that is a tough thing. That's a very tough thing to do.
You used to have a word for that. What was it?
Assery.
I was thinking brainwashing.
I think you're being an assery hat. So it's I don't know what's going to happen with DC Blocks. And again, I'd like to get somebody on. We're like, hey, well, I don't want to fight with you. I just want to know what's your side of the story? Because Matt and I chat about this all the time. It's become the new boogeyman. And the flock cameras for a reason, I have issues. Because guess what? The data centers, a lot of that's for AI, right? They're not, This is your data. This is my data that they're keeping. They're following around. And they always do it in the guise of, well, it's going to be good because we're going to save a kid. And this is what the police come out and say. It's great because, we get somebody stole a car. We found the car. There's a silver alert because we got an old person who may be on dementia. We see them. They're over here. Whatever it is. It's all the other stuff. The slippery slope. It's already happening. It is. And so we're giving up all of our data to them, and they're then selling it.
It's kind of worse than that, too, because they're using that as evidence against you, and you can't argue with the computer,
No. Well, and you can't argue. And the other thing is, do I trust the government? No, I don't. I don't trust the government because they lie. And that's the government, not the government on the right or the government on the left, the government. And they keep things longer than they should. They say they're not involved, and we find out they are. They go and do things that anybody else would be absolutely in trouble for. They've already lied about the Flock camera, saying, well, we had a contract with Flock, but that expired. And Flock's like, yeah, it's expired. And then the Freedom of Information Act found out, yeah, it did expire, except for you kept serving them the data. You've had police officers and agents following and getting the numbers of their of girls they're stalking, if you will, their exes, and following them and their movements. And then, it's who wants that? Like, what's the reality of that? Yes, is there some good that comes out of it? Of course. You rescue a kid or stop a bank heist. That's great. But you got to weigh the two. And, I look at this and think, how many cameras are out there? 170,000 plus and growing? We got a bunch here. And some people are going after them. Not here, though. So far, it's only been in Georgia. They're coming hard. But every time you drive through someplace, getting a snapshot, this, that, and the other, they got the geofencing already, which the Supreme Court just ruled upon, where, it's like if you were in an area, they can take everybody's phone data around there to see if something was going on that was bad and this, that, and the other. And if your thing to fight back is, well, I don't do anything wrong, so what do I care? You should care. Because it's your data. It may not be about you doing something wrong. It may be about, hey, here's a sucker. Sell all of his data to something. So I don't know why people aren't more concerned about, and I get the data center, and it's great with the zoo. And again, I love the zoo. We go to the zoo. We've got our passes to the zoo. But my frustration level is all I hear is how bad and evil it is. We don't even have a lot of information on the data center because there isn't 40 years of data. We only have so much to go by. But we do need to know, are you going to drive up cost to the people? I think that's fair. How much water you can consume, even though they've got newer stuff that is reclaiming the water and doing certain things. What are you doing in that sense? I mean, if there has to be, outages, do you guys get to stay on and you tell everybody else to turn the lights off, if you will? All things that are fair to ask. But now it's just emotion. And as we all know, kids, once emotion gets out there, it's all over. Coming up, Little White Woman Wednesday. We've got One Hit Wonder Wednesday. And by the way, Ken, yes, for the foreseeable future, just keep the belt, okay?
I was telling Dr. Mitch at the Wellness Institute that that belt is so heavy, having it for 2 weeks, he might have to do some extra adjustments on me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will see.
I don't know if I can handle a third week, Brother Chad.
Well, you got it, man. A third week. Third week. Oh, yeah, somebody just pointed this out. Remember the Nancy Guthrie case?
Yeah.
Remember the whole thing with the bell, with their Ring doorbell was supposed to be not working, but then they go, oh, well, we still have all the data.
Oh, well, we have the data.
Yeah, we still have all the, so you're watching even though we don't have a subscription.
Bingo.
There you go. There it is, the slippery slope. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. WTN, baby, that is us. Again, Monty here with me. We're just planning out how mean we can be to him. so ridiculous.
Something tells me that Monty Fritz is not afraid of any interview.
No.
I mean, he is very relaxed. He's measured in his responses. I mean, this is a man that is certain of what he believes in, and and
I love
what his
that.
vision is.
I love that. And my thing is, let's find out what you're about.
Sure.
You know, I mean, besides the, you know, and I don't think people, if you've never interviewed a bunch of politicians, they're not very let your hair down. You know, everything's measured because they don't want to be seen as that. So it's all very almost canned to a certain extent.
I mean, Monty comes off, and I mean, he just, to me, he is connecting with everyone.
Yes.
Whether they agree with him or not, he's connecting with people.
And I think that right there, and I've said this over and over again for those of you, slow down for some of you who have trouble. Monty seems the most genuine out of everybody.
That's exactly.
He seems he believes it. He's the most genuine out of him. I don't have to like all of his positions, but he seems to be the most honest and genuine out of everybody. Comparatively to the if I had Marcia here, I can guarantee you she's not in any way, shape, or form going to engage in any tomfoolery. We're not going to be able to joke around. It's going to be very much, this is what it is. But you're nice to Afton. Afton comes in, we have a conversation, we laugh, and we talk about wacky stuff and very little politics. We talk some politics, like pot for potholes. But Ditch came in. His nickname is Ditch. He's a music dude. I have a feeling we were going to have some stuff to talk about. We did. But, you know, we're trying to get Jerry Green in because, you know, first of all, we've got to give equal time to as many people as possible because that's just it. And whoever calls up, and if we've added, you know, if we've invited somebody that they're up against, they've got to have their opportunity, you know, to have their say. But do I think Jerry's going to be a little loose? I don't know. I think she's probably going to be a little bit more buttoned up. And I think that, you know, that's the one thing we all loved about Trump, right, is he wasn't like them. He didn't give the stat answers that everybody gives.
No. He shot from the hip.
He shot from the hip.
The man can talk to anybody.
Yes. He can. And that's one of the things that was so everybody was drawn to. It's like, this guy's speaking the truth. You know? I mean, and he's throwing it out there. Now, he's learned to become a politician, but still shoots from the hip. But that's the thing we liked about him. Because what if, besides we always want, you know, these a business person to run it. But we want somebody regular to just be able to say, you know, one of the things about, you know, Pete Buttigieg, and I met Pete on several occasions because he did a bunch of stuff when he was touring for the infrastructure bill. Pete is so good that it comes across Eddie Haskell. That's Tallarico's problem, too. It comes across as robotic because the answers are so smooth that it just feels like it's scripted. And we want somebody who's just going to, you know, have the conversation. What's the old saying at the end of the day? You want to vote with somebody you can sit down and have a beer with. Or in Ken's case, some gummies. Right before the wood chipper.
Yeah, just unplug the wood chipper first.
Well, you got to because Secret Service is going to do that. And I know that Monty will have conversations like that. I tried to get Gino to talk about fun stuff when he was here, Gino Bowles. It just wasn't happening. He wasn't. And it wasn't because I was mean.
No.
And he would say off the air, because I'm trying to be more relaxed. Yeah, some people do it in that way. You know, some people do. But if your butt hurt because somebody else has a different opinion is going to be on, you're insane. Or you think your side's not getting treated fair enough. For the love of God. Several people tweeted and texted in and said, the Republicans are just as snowflakey now as the Dems are. Some of them can be that way. Some of them can. Trust me, you guys text me.
Besides Monty, is anybody else running a veteran?
I don't know. I don't think John Rose
For
is, and I don't think
governor?
Marcia is.
Yeah, for governor.
I
And
don't think Marcia or John Rose served.
No.
It is a distinction.
John has served as a farmer, maybe, kind of. Probably not. That's what I heard. But we've invited John on, and I've invited Marcia on numerous occasions.
6th District, you got John Henry.
Yeah,
he's a Marine.
He's a Marine. He was a Marine. Van Epps, when he ran, I think
that Leary guy is too.
Yeah. So, but as far as governor, I think it's, and I don't know about the Democratic side, but no, I think the only one is Monty, because I don't think Marcia served. I mean, she's been serving, and she's been talking to the people of Tennessee, as you guys know. I can't shut her up. She's talking so much. That's why she can't come on the show. She's out talking to everybody in Tennessee. Oh, Lord. Coming up, One Hit Wonder Wednesday, where I once again hand the belt over to Ken. We'll see if I can make a late stage comeback. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Love talking to all of you. Love, hate, indifferent. It's all good, my friends. It's all good. And remember, you know what next week we'll do? We'll pick a listener who wants to come in and have a conversation. If you want a screaming match, I'm not into that. Just like we did with our buddy Steven before. And we'll have a conversation about all kinds of stuff, including issues you think I'm super liberal on. What? It's crazy. So we'll figure out how we'll do that tomorrow, and we'll hook it up for next week. If you can, do that. If you can. Speaking of doing stuff, every Wednesday we do stuff, and it seems to be I either give the belt away to young Ken or old Bell.
Now it's time for another edition of One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You may not remember the name of the band, but you definitely know the song.
Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
This is One Hit Wonder Wednesday.
All right, One Hit Wonder Wednesday each and every week. We delve deep into a song, and then somebody that's not me ends up winning it.
You were on a roll there for a couple of weeks.
I did.
Brother
I
Chad.
won. And then all of a sudden, you guys figured it out. Ken, you really figured it out.
I've hit nostalgia, man.
You've hit nostalgia. Your storytelling is quite good. So you know how we do it. Tell a little bit about the song, how it did, how did it fare, the whole 9 yards. Ryan, we're going to let you go first. Who is the song that you've come up with that I come up with?
The song that you came up with that I came up with was the Trashmen's hit of Surfin' Bird, made famous by our friends at Family Guy.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. Bird's a winner, well, a bird. Bird is a winner, well, a bird. Well, a bird is a winner, well, a bird. The bird's a winner, well, a bird.
That is so crazy.
Bird is a winner, well, a bird.
If you look at the video, like of them doing it on, whatever black and white show it was on back in the day, like, here it is, it's Dance Squad, They're in their sweaters, and the guy's it's like he's on crack.
And they didn't have it back then.
Bath salt.
Well, whatever they had back then. Probably reefer.
He was on reefer. He had just smoked a lid.
He's on the reefer, man. Oh, Lord. So this song was huge, and it's been made huge because of Family Guy and the Surfin' Bird. But they're called the Trashmen, and it's two songs put together, which is hilarious. They're from, this is what's funny. Oh, here they go. So they just stop in the middle of their Surfin' Bird song and go straight into ba 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 ooh mow mow ba ba ooh mow mow. So bizarre. Do you know they still perform?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
They still perform as much as they can. Obviously, some of them have since gone to the nether regions. But sporadically, they get out there and perform. And for those of you not keeping score, yes, this is Peter Griffin's favorite song of all time, Surfin' Bird, by the great Trashmen. That was Ryan's. I'm going to move on to mine now because mine was awesome, but you guys suck. Kidding. I understand why the nostalgia. You guys aren't into this kind of nostalgia. Mine comes from the year of the Lord, 1994.
That's a great year.
It is a good year. How old were you in 94?
94, I was 26, and I got
was
married.
10 years old.
Okay, with your 10 years old. We don't need to know how old you were or aren't.
And how old we are.
Yeah, okay.
Brother Ryan.
Ryan was like, I was only 3. Shh. Mine was in a movie. Reality Bites. Mm-hmm. Let's start Winona Ryder, I think, was in that. They had Ben Stiller, a few other ones. And it was right in the midst of the great grunge period.
Yes, sir.
Like I'd say that was the heart of grunge. All right. So here is this song. And they needed a song. And they went to this band called Big Mountain in San Diego. They're a reggae band, but they're from San Diego. So they sound like this. And they have them redo this. It's kind of like a cover they've been doing. They're like, let's do it for real. And it is a Peter Frampton song. How many times you said this thing's been redone?
39.
39 times this song has been redone. But this one, Peter Frampton says, maybe his favorite. And the reason is, it's got a little bit of the reggae. They did their own thing. And you got it just puts you in the mood. Hanging out with your friends, not a lot to worry about. Just enjoying life. Big Mountain.
Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Shadows grow so long before my eyes, and they're moving across the page. Suddenly the day turns into night, far away from the city. But don't, oh no, hesitate, 'cause your love just won't wait. Hey, yeah, yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Yeah, yeah.
Song was #1 in 10 different countries. Peaked all over the globe. Still one of those songs they play all the time. And as they say, they don't get sick of it.
Can see the sunset in your eyes, brown and gray and blue besides. Clouds are stalking islands in the sun. I wish I could buy one out of season.
It's an amazing song. Brings back a little bit of the memories, you know what I'm seeing right there, even though they're very popular in the reggae world. Keno's the lead singer, and just a great song from an era that was awesome, the 90s, making a comeback. And I just remember hanging out with my friends. You know, we're driving, down near the ocean. I'm back from Europe visiting, hanging out, still kind of fit. Hanging out my buddy's Jeep. This is rocking. You're like, this is nice. This is good times right there.
Wind flowing through your hair.
And a hair, yeah, flowing through the hair. A little thinner, right? Don't need the extra seatbelt holder.
Nothing hurt.
No, nothing hurt at all. That's what we're talking about there. Those are really the memories we care about.
How much was gas back then?
Probably $1 something. That was in California.
94.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a buck
Knew not
something.
what we had.
That was in California, too, where they've got like $1.70 taxes or whatever. So my one hit today is Big Mountain. Ooh, baby, I love your way. A little Peter Frampton style, but they did it with a reggae twist. Now we got the guy that's in the lead currently and the current champion, Ken Weaver. What you got?
Starbuck.
In my direction, I caught it in my hands today. I finally made a tricky French connection. You winked and gave me your okay. I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top in Chesapeake Bay.
Drop that top, baby.
Ain't nothing
1976, Starbuck reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. It is the band's signature song and by far their biggest success. And the inspiration is personal. Bruce Blackman, Starbuck songwriter and lead singer, wrote Moonlight Feels Right based on his pursuit of a young woman named Peggy Denman, who later became his wife. While in college, Blackman says he saw her photo, became determined to meet her, asked her out multiple times. She finally said yes on a windy evening as they were walking back from a pep rally, and that moment inspired the lyric, "The wind blew some luck in my direction." Not only did the song become a top 3 hit, but Blackman ended up marrying Denman, as I said. And one interesting Nashville connection, Bruce Blackman, Starbucks leader, later became active right here in Nashville's music scene. And then there's this, the xylophone.
I love this. Bring it, baby.
In the 3rd grade, 1976. I was listening to this on the radio. It was on at the pool. I heard it at night, driving home from high school football games with my dad and my grandfather. It just takes me back in time, man.
Love it.
Much
More
better
xylophone.
time.
Guess you know I'm giving you a warning, 'cause me and Moon are itching to play.
It's a good song. It really is. You ever listen to a band and think, what happened to you? Like, why did you guys break up? I mean, we were talking about the Stones the other day. Of all the people that should have had it either died and or broken up, would have been those guys.
Outside of Charlie, they're all still going.
That's right. And you would say this is the earliest of the yacht rock.
Oh, yeah, 1976.
Yeah, you're getting in there. That's when yacht rock. That 75, 76 to the mid 80s that's the sweet spot for yacht rock. Absolutely. That was and I love all the instruments.
Hope Bruce Blackman is listening to us. Lives right here in Nashville.
Yeah, Bruce, text in the program. Come on by one day. We'll talk a little music.
Chad won't be mean to you.
Won't be mean, no matter what anybody says. You're just a meanie. That's all you are.
No whoopee cushion.
What?
No whoopee cushion.
No whoopee cushion. We're going to do that, though. We're going to do that. We'll do that with Monty. A little whoopee cushion. Oh, Lord. Could you imagine the tragedy? Coming up, our good buddy Matt's here as we wrap up on this One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We'll give you the winner straight ahead as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.